Morning. I won't say a good one because it's going to be a rough day today. Ringloch car park, which means only one thing. Moel Siabod, old favourite. I haven't done it for ages. We've done it at the Daeaer Ridge, and it's given a horrible, drizzly, cloudy, very windy day. Gusts over 50 miles an hour. So we'll see what it's like on the top. Pretty much the same as last week, really, but greyer and wetter. It's just had a heavy shower then. So I haven't done this for ages, and I'm going to try and get down the ridge. Last time I did it, I cut back and went round. I'm going to try and get down to the same path, so I'll put directions on. So this is the A5 between Daeaer Ddu and Capel Curig, and you'll see as you come from Daeaer Ddu, you see a sign for car park, and this is it, Ringloch car park. And we're heading out the car park, turn right down the road, and first left, just down there, just 100 yards or so, and there's a left over the old bridge, and we'll go that way. Bit of white water there. There's the car park. I'm with Koos again today. He's up for a few days. And we're heading for the bridge, but look at that. Okay guys, up from the car park. You see the car park just down there, and it's your first left over the bridge, and the river is absolutely wild today. Come through Llanrwst, it's flooded in all the fields. Look at that. So you follow along this track, and just before the houses there's a right turn, a right fork that we take. I'll show you when we get there. Right, as soon as you hit these cottages, you take this right fork. Yeah, Tesco delivery. I don't think it's for me. There is a sign on the gate. It says private road there, no cars or bikes. But the sign is so corroded. But it does say, if you can read that, Moel Siabod. So straight up this very, very steep road. Oh, steep that. When you come to this here, that's the private road to the farm, and you're not happy if you go that way, and this is quicker anyway. Go straight on. When you come to the bend in the road, you get the public footpath. Follow it over here. Follow that path round, you come to a gate by the holiday cottages, over the stile, and you follow this. I'm going to turn around now, the wind is brutal. Always against you. This is same path, just keep following it over another 2 stiles. I think that's 3 stiles so far, but that's the last stile anyway. And then follow it round past the lake. A little bit sheltered for the wind here, but up there it's going to be a bit rough. The first lake, a bit choppy, a bit black. Anyone for a dip? Nope. We'll follow around up there now. Oh, I've had a little hollow and we're sheltered from the wind, a respite. But just be aware that this is a notoriously wet path at the best of times. But today, you're basically walking in a river. And when you get up, well, I'll show you when we get to the boggy bit. It's going to be a nightmare up there. But it's not cold today. The forecast at the top is for 2-3 degrees and well in the minuses wind chill, but the wind is actually mild. It's southwesterly wind, so although it's strong, it's not actually cold. So we're just heading up that way. The old quarry buildings. you keep following that path, you come up past a massive slate slag pile. The path there is underwater. So you can either follow the path round up there, or you can just go up the slate path there, which I think I'm going to do that because it's drier. So I go through the buildings. It's fascinating. Some of the buildings still standing. Today we'll look through the square window. Nice views up there. Nice, that's the way we've just come, and that's the normal path. So we've just met up, so you can come either way, but the ordinary path is just water running all down it. And we're coming up to the quarry pool now, which is awesome. When we get round here, we'll have a look at it. Just having to play around the old buildings, putting off, going up into the wind. These are awesome. They must have been storage sheds, these, you know. See the lake down there? And this is the reason why the path's always wet after rain. There's a quarry pool up there, which we'll get to in a minute, flows down onto the path. And that's the path down there, which becomes a river. So, onwards and upwards. There it is, quarry pool. The second body of water you come to on this walk. We've got one more lake higher up. Pretty awesome. Got a video of the guy that camped over there on that ridge. Follow the path there. Awesome. There's Koos filming me, filming him. Views are not too bad today. The clouds are quite high. Just coming in over the top, but nice. This is fun. This is what the path's like. There's a grass path there, but it's just so slippery. Easier to just come up the rocks, but it's just a river. Maybe that's what they mean by river path. Absolutely soaked through. There's the lake. That path is just a bug fest now somehow until we get to the ridge. That's the ridge over there. We're going to stay as high as we can. Keep out of the bog. Sorry about the rain on the lens, it's absolutely chucking it down now and it's horrible. Found a little bit of shelter behind this rock. It's absolutely wicked, that wind. It's driving rain. I'm actually soaked through. My legs are soaking. I think I put another layer on. It's getting cold and I'm going to change my gloves because these are wet. I got 3 pairs with me. Koos has just put his waterproof trousers on. I hate wearing them, so I'm going to have to find something that's decent. The legs are cold now and that's not good. But the wind forecasted over 50-mile-an-hour gusts up top, so it's going to be quite hairy on the ridge, and we're going to be on it all the way up that ridge, all the way over the other ridge, and when we drop down as well. So no escape today. It's going to be a wet and miserable one. But there's the lake, and this now, everything here is just a bog, and there's no escaping it. You can stay as high as possible round and get up onto the ridge, but it's going to be a nightmare, so I'm not looking forward to that. Right, the lower path you can see is just walking through ponds. So we're staying as high as we can, try and get over there as high as we can, and then up the ridge. As you can see, the weather is, well, pants really. Just been talking to two guys down there. They looked a bit horrified when we spoke about the bog fest. I think they've gone back, so we'll go up that way. Right, the ridge is on the other side of this. We've been forced higher and higher to get away from the bog. It's marshy whichever way you go. We ended up going right the way across and over here, and we're going to scramble over this and then onto the proper ridge. But whoa, it's wet. Oh, no, just going to go straight up this gully onto the ridge and up the ridge. And the wind's coming and going. We're a bit sheltered here because of the ridge, but once we get up on there, I probably won't be doing much filming on the ridge. It's wild. It's nearly blown me off my feet a couple of times. And the views are, well, they're not. Right, when I'm sheltered from the wind, where we sheltered behind that rock was sort of over there. In the middle of the summer, when it's completely dry, well, it never gets completely dry, but when it's passable, you just follow that path along round here and then up the ridge. But we've been forced higher and higher to go over there, down here, and we're going to go up onto the ridge now.
That's a blue sky. That's a blue sky.
You just missed a little bit of blue sky. It lasted about 3 seconds, but at least it stopped raining. We're going to head up there. Right, we're up on the ridge. This is the sort of ridge proper. We're going to just follow this little path around here, find a sheltered spot to have something to eat, and then climb up onto the centre of the ridge.
Find a bright colour there.
Whoa, sun's trying to come out. How cool is that? That's the normal route across. We ended up going right the way up there. But when you get to that far side and see the lake, you can see the ridge if there's any visibility. And that's what you're aiming for. Right, go this way. Right, we're on the start of the ridge. Going straight in the middle. Go round that way, up that way, or round. Just going to go straight over. And here we go, in the wind. On our way up. The higher you stay on the ridge, the easier it is. Going to go through that gap there. Looking back at the ridge, when you get to the ridge, you can go further that way. If you just stick a bit further this way, there's a bit of a path through the rocks. It's like a little bit of a view. Looking a bit grim up there, and it's very windy. Not far from the summit now. I was just, by the time I got the camera out to take a picture, the cloud just comes straight across. Easiest way, I was going to show you, but the cloud just disappeared all of view. When you come to the top of the ridge, just follow the line of the ridge towards the right without going right next to the drop. There's a path that comes up and a few rocks, a bit of scramble, and up here we're not far from the summit. No views. There's the summit shelter. We're going up there. A bit windy. Right, we're in the summit shelter. That wind is, I don't know if you heard a word I said at the trig point. It is unbelievable. You can hardly stand up, can you? If I stand up now, and you get gusts worse than that every now and again. No, we're not going to risk going over the ridge along the top. It's just too windy. It's ridiculous. We're going to go down the Capel path down towards Brennan, and I won't be filming much down there. There's nothing to see. There's no views. Looks like the rain's coming in again, and that wind is ferocious. So great walk up Daeaer Ddu Ridge, and I'll catch up with you when we're near the bottom. Streams will be pretty high at the bottom, the river, and the path's going to be a bit sodden. It's going to be even worse today, but a great trip, except that halfway, well, near the top of Daeaer Ddu Ridge, the groin muscle. You can't let me or pace out too much with my right leg, so it'll be a slow descent, I think. If it gets too bad, I'll take some painkillers, but I don't like taking them. So that's it from the summit of Moel Siabod, and I'll catch you later. We're on the way down. It's really windy and the path is a nightmare. Everything is wet. And it gets worse down there, it's like a log. Right, nearly down now. That's us still walking in a stream. The stream's down there, but it's also on the path. It's been a wet, slippery path down, a nightmare today. Mud everywhere. Stand on wet grass with feet movement here. So, not far till we're down to bypass Brennan, where the path separates. Dark actually. Great day, but a very wet and a very windy day. So I'll update you a bit down by the river. Right, at the end of that path you just turn right and you come down the big logging track. Now, getting a bit dark now. Not far till we get to the river, and then either got to walk along the river or along the road back to the cars. It's getting dark, so we're dropping down to the road. That wide track that you follow, if you follow it to the end, it'll hit the road. You just turn right to go back towards Brennan, or just before you hit that, there's a yellow barrier. You go along there, it brings you along the river, and you can keep going along that side of the river until you get to the old bridge. But with the light failing, we've decided to drop to the road. That is well wide. I don't know how much you can see with the dark. It's we're just about to put head torches on, but you have to walk past all tree roots and everything, so we just decided to come to the road, and we're just going to walk back to the car now. So thank you very much for watching. If you're going to do this one, try and do it in drier weather and less windy weather than we have. It's absolutely horrendous, the wind at the top. You could hardly stand up, and every path was just flooded. It's like walking in a stream all day. So thank you very much for watching. We're heading back to the car.